De Bruyne's corner. Holland! Goal! It's Mo Salah! It's Mo Salah! Absolutely sensational!
And we're live. Welcome back for another Deadline stream. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the GW36 Deadline stream. How's everyone doing today? Lots to talk about this week. Obviously, we've got City with the early game, so there's question marks about who starts. Does De Bruyne start? Does Haaland start? Marmoush, Vardiol. So hopefully we get some team news during this stream. Yeah, I mentioned in the video yesterday as well, I'm going to have a special guest join the stream as well. Thought I'd try something a bit different. Obviously, these are always solo, so they'll join a little bit into this stream. Really, really top manager. They got 10 top 10Ks, and they've finished top 100 in the world before. So they'll join for a little bit. You're mostly stuck with me, but they'll join for a little bit to take a few of your questions. Yeah, he's brilliant, so I'm looking forward to that as well, to see how that goes. But yeah, welcome all to the stream. We've got Loca Oni here, we've got Abyss walking with Fut, Alex, Jack, Ludovici, Mitchie, Ash, Boofy, Tid, Harville, Roba, Nick, Mark, Great Bash Hill, Liam's here, Colin, Razvan, Jackson, Life in Britain, British, I think I said you already, Roland. Welcome everyone else that's here as well. And thank you for joining us on this Deadline stream already straight off the bat. Yeah, we're going to be live for a couple of hours all the way till the deadline. I've not made my transfer yet, so I'll do that during the stream as well. At this point in the season, there's just no need to lock in transfers early unless you're really going to be priced out or something like that. But I think for a lot of us, we've got the wiggle room, and we're not going to sell a player that we buy in all likelihood, let alone cash in enough price rises, if that makes sense. So I just think at this stage of the season, there's not much need to make early moves. So yeah, if you've still yet to make your move, then yeah, you got a couple of hours. Just wait till near the deadline, just in case anything affects your plans. If it doesn't, then obviously feel free to do whatever. But yeah, I mean, if Marmoush, for example, doesn't start, then I'll start Rodgers. So I think I'll keep Marmoush regardless. I think it probably makes sense to sell Mateta. I mean, what are you guys doing? I know lots of you have got Mateta. Are you selling him this week, or are you keeping him? Because it Spurs away as well. Like it's a nice fixture. And I saw a tweet. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, I didn't prepare it for the stream, but I think Postecoglou was hinting at rotation this game week rather than the Villa game in Gameweek 37. So yeah, it's one of those, like, selling him could actually backfire. It wouldn't surprise me, but he has been coming off early, hasn't he? It's actually quite a long quote. Feel free to read that, guys. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Let me get back to your questions. But anyway, it's basically a quote from his press conference hinting at rotation this game week rather than 37 potentially. So that kind of leads me to believe maybe it's one of those, isn't it? Like, I'll sell Mateta and he's definitely scoring, but I think Wissa, who I plan to bring in, is even better. Roland says, I'm gritting my teeth and holding on to Mateta for another week. Instead of getting Wissa, I think the extra transfer will be more valuable next week. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. So, like, next week, the one player I'm not going to be able to get to now without a hit, anyway, is Palmer. And I know you guys don't like my Palmer propaganda, but he's playing home to Man United. And United have got the Europa League final like a few days after it, so I don't know, I just think that's a hell of a fixture for Palmer in 37, but anyway. I can't get to Palmer unless I take a hit if I buy Wissa now. Don't know if you can hear this. New song, this one that I made yesterday. Turn up a bit. Is it because he's your doppelganger? He is that as well. That's at the back of my head. You know, he's doing alright. He's on like 210 points or something, but yeah, the second half has obviously been poor for Palmer, but I still back him home to Man United when United have got the Europa League final like a few days after it. It's not that bad to buy this week either, but I'm hoping he blanks anyway because I've got Burn. My defence is shambles this week. Has anyone else got an absolutely shocking defence? If no leaks, what's your plan move? It'll be Mateta to Wissa. You thought it was Moby initially. It is. The intro is Moby. Porcelain. That bit. I posted it on the that channel I made for dumping my music, and it's got about 10 views, so it's dead. Yeah, it sounds like it's meant to be Moby in the intro, but then it changes. What transfer are you making? I'm looking to do Mateta to Wissa this game week. I just think Brentford have really impressed me recently. He's having a great season. I think he's scored in like 4 in a row. Morning, Connor from Rome. What are you up to in Rome? You on holiday? Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. No, it didn't when I uploaded it on the other channel, so it should be alright. We'll see. It's 3:33 AM, but you made it. Well done, Ridge. Never missed a deadline stream. Fair play, that is dedication. Anyone else tuned in the early hours? Any North or South Americans in particular watching in the early hours? And if so, are you still awake or have you set an alarm and got up early for it? Shout out to all the Americans tuned in. Delia she's transferred Murphy to Elanga. Interesting. I don't hate the Elanga pick at all. Nice fixture this week, obviously. I think I like Shadow even more, but Elanga's good for about the same price. Yeah. You're in New Zealand, 10:30 PM. Damn. So this finishes like just after midnight for you guys. Deadline's just after midnight. 8:33 PM in Sydney. Will Haaland start? I mean, that's the big debate, isn't it? Because Pep says that he's ready to start if need be. But will he? Let's do a poll. Will Haaland start? Yes or no? Poll is up. 6:30 AM in Atlanta. That's not too bad. Oh, Crafter, thanks for the super chat. You have Wissa, not in Bumo. Sarr to Shader to cover. I'm not sure if that's much of an upgrade this week, really. I don't hate it, but I think Sarr against Spurs is okay. Like, I'm quite happy playing him. He really should have returned last game week. He had over 1 XGI. So I got really lucky because I had him benched. Yeah, I don't know. It feels a bit sideways to me, honestly. I probably wouldn't make that move. It's probably not the best way to spend a transfer. Yume says, this week makes me crazy more than any other week. You're chasing 1k. You've got 2 free transfers. You've got Wood and Wisso look good, but you're scared to sell Evan Nilsson and Isak. 2.3k at the moment. Not scared of this week, but total of the last 3 weeks. I'm kind of with you on that. I just want Game Week 38 to come now and to know if I've finished top 10k or not. Because, yeah, it'd be really annoying if I end up, 10.5k, 12k or whatever. So I kind of feel you. I mean, you're in a great position. Like, you're going to come top 10k already. You're in an incredible position there. Wood and Whistle look good, but you're scared to sell Evan Nilsson and Isak. Yeah, I don't think I'd sell either of those. I think I'd keep Evan Nilsson and Isak because they're very good as well. Like, I'm looking to buy Evan Nilsson in Gameweek 38, and I'm keeping Isak for the final 3. Have you seen Ben Crellin's tweet of his team? What do you think of it? No, I've not seen it. But he's having a stormer of a season, isn't he? He's having an incredible season. I think he's about, what was he, like 1.5k or something? I did see it. Yeah, I think I did see it. His defense is better than mine this week as well. He's got Vardy or Ruben Diaz. He's in a good position. I think he might have Munoz as well. Like, I've got Burn and Wan-Bissaka this week. I mean, do you guys agree with Martinez over Raya? And do you agree with Burn and Wan-Bissaka over Saliba and Konate? Those are kind of my 50-50s. Assistant manager, who would you suggest? I would go for Pep if you've got the chip active. If you've got the money for him. You feel Raya's better? Yeah, it's really close, isn't it? Like, away at Anfield's really rough, but Liverpool could rotate. Like, a few players have been on holiday this week. Konate was away, Gakpo was away, Elliott was away. And yeah, they're a little bit on the beach, aren't they, as the cliche goes, whereas Arsenal, like, they could slip to 3rd very quickly if they're not careful. But then the same can be said about Villa and Bournemouth, like the motivations there. They're both chasing European football. McAllister was away as well, yeah. Sean says Areola, Salah and Marmoush to sells KDB and Cunha from -8. I'm not a massive fan of that, to be honest. I don't like hits for keepers, first of all. Like, you need Sells to keep a clean sheet, and you need Areola to concede. To break even, basically. Like, then Sells gets you 6, probably. Unless his save points. And they've got just under 50% clean sheet odds. So would you bet 4 of your valuable FPL points on a 50-50 chance of breaking even in a way? I guess that's a good way of framing it. I wouldn't. Doesn't make sense, does it? 50-50 chance of breaking even. So I would just stick out of Areola, honestly. I think that's what most people are doing. Not a massive fan of selling Salah either. I know, like I said, Liverpool a little bit on the beach and all that. He's still chasing individual records. I think game 37 and 38, he might end up just being the default captain for a lot of teams as well. Like, I think I'll probably end up captaining him 37-38. Not sure who else I'd go for. Maybe in Bumo. I think it'll be Salah for me. And then Marmoush, yeah, if there's a leak that he doesn't start, like, I would just do that one move. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Yeah, Cunha's great. Wood's great. Wissa's great. Little to separate them, really. I mean, if you guys... Yeah, that's a question for you. If you guys could have any front 3 right now, what would it be? Any front 3. So you've got Marmoush, you've got Isak, Mateta, Watkins, Wissa, Wood, Cunha. That's like 6 or 7 there. But if you could pick your perfect front 3, what would it be? I'm not 100% if Cunha would actually even be in mine. He might be like 4th back. 4th best. 4th back. I was reading Antonio's message saying welcome back. Welcome back for another live stream. Marmoush, Wissa and Haaland. Haaland, okay, interesting. I suppose if there's a leak and you could pick any front 3. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Wood, Cunha, Wissa. Yeah. I think mine would be Wood, Watkins and Wissa. Cunha, Wissa, Watkins. Yeah. Wood, Wissa, Evan Nilsson. Yeah, good shout. Problem with Evan Nilsson is it's Bournemouth this week, then it's City. Evan Nilsson's all about 38, isn't he? I'm almost certainly buying Evan Nilsson Gameweek 38. I'll probably end up rolling next week. Egdo, thanks for the super chat. Said, hi Focal, I'm chasing 1st in my mini league and only 10 points behind. Should I sell Salah for De Bruyne as a differential? Nah, I think there's better ways. Like, 10 points is nothing. You could easily do that without having to do something as bold as selling Salah. If there's a leak that he starts, like, it's not terrible, but I don't totally trust KDB to start the final 3 games. I hate to say, I know lots of you got KDB, but I just don't trust him to start all three. There's going to be better ways, even if it's just going slightly different on captaincy. But yeah, I wouldn't overthink it when it's 10 points. If it was like 30 points, then I think you'd be more aggressive then. But 10 is nothing. 10 you can just recover 1 week without really having to think about it. You just have to get a bit lucky. Like some game weeks, we score more than 10 above the average, right? 10 above safety, sorry. And, you know, that's often without doing anything particularly punty or whatever. So, no, I don't think I'd sell Salah. Combat Waffle says, Isak to Cunha, you're chasing 25k, you're all in. Fair play, yeah. I mean, that I like more if you're trying to chase a lead, selling Isak. Chelsea home, Arsenal away. It's just 38 really, Everton home. Yeah, Isak to Cunha is a good one because Isak's so template still, even though, yeah, he's slowed down a bit recently. Obviously got 9 points for last match, but there's a penalty. Milkman says, how you going, mate? Mbumo or KDB or -4 for both? I prefer Mbumo. The KDB -4, not for me, but I do get it. I think that's going to be popular if there's a leak that he starts. Yeah, if we get team news like KDB starts, I can see a lot of people just pulling the trigger on the -4 for him, but depends who you're selling as well, I suppose. Like if you've got someone like Murphy in your team that you really don't want to be starting, then yeah, fair enough. But like for me, I could buy KDB, but I'd have to sell Eze. I just don't see that as worth it for a -4. It'd have to be, I think it'd be Mateta to Wissa. I mean, maybe you guys disagree and think this is worth it, and then it'd be Eze to De Bruyne -4. Doesn't look bad, does it? But for a -4, I think it's very close, and I kind of just err on the side of caution there. So, I don't know. I don't hate it if there's a leaky starts, as I say, but I'm not going to do it myself. Wadey says that is worth it. Don't do this to me now. I'm not tinkering last minute in the stream. Is anyone else taking a hit for KDB if he starts? So 30% say Haaland starts, 70% say he doesn't. All right, we'll do a KDB one then. I mean, we should know a bit nearer the deadline, but it'd be interesting to see if you guys think he does start or not. How are we doing, Connor? Is Wissa the plan? Yeah, it is the plan, Andrew. That's the plan. I'm going to buy him for Mateta. British says, I love KDB, but now I'm not buying. I love him as well. He's been absolutely incredible in the Premier League and FPL over the years, and I'm a bit gutted that I'll never own him again, because I just don't see myself buying him in the final 3, but it is what it is. I wonder when the last time I owned KDB was. It must be a couple of seasons ago. I don't think I had him last season at all. Jamie says, if Haaland starts, Salah, Isak, Marmoush to Haaland, De Bruyne, Wissa, -8. I need to make up mini league points. Is it worth the risk? You're 25 behind. Is this if Marmoush also doesn't start, Jamie? Because I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't sell Marmoush for a hit if he's leaked to start. Yeah, I don't hate it, to be honest. If De Bruyne's confirmed starting and Marmoush confirmed benching, as far as -8 goes, that is solid. And if Haaland starts, obviously, but it's a few things you need to line up perfectly there, which I'm not sure will happen. Like to make up 25, you could just do something like Isak to Wissa, or just keep it simple, Marmoush to Wissa if he's leaked to be benched. Like some people in your league might not be following leaks as well, so there is that. But yeah, if everything lines up perfectly, Marmoush benched, Haaland, De Bruyne start, yeah, for a -8, it's not bad at all against Southampton. That does scare me actually. Like if Marmoush doesn't start, I'll be going into the game with no City attackers. But 25 points isn't massive. But yeah, it's the sort of combination, if everything lines up perfectly there, could pay off big. I'd only do it if everything lines up though, otherwise just keep it simple and sell Marmoush if benched. Or you could go Isak out if he's popular in your league. Goran says, need to chase my mini league. Wissa or Cunha in for Isak. I mean, I'd have a look in your league first and see who others have got. Like, if a few of them have got Wiss already, then go Cunha. I think Wiss is slightly better for the final 3. Depends how much you're chasing as well, that's the thing. Like, if you're, like earlier, if you're 10 points behind, that's nothing. And I think Wiss is better. Not much in it, but I think he's slightly better. But if it's a big gap and you think people might be buying Wisser, then go Cunha, if that makes sense. It's difficult, isn't it? You have to try and predict what others are going to do in your league. And that you can often just predict wrong and it ends up costing you, and you would have done better if you just stuck to what you thought was definitely better. Steven says, still have the assistant manager. Who are the best options? I would go Pep. I've got the projections here as well for you. Oh, that's just for this game week, actually. Yeah, so for this game week, it's Pep. I think I would go Pep regardless if you can, Steven. I mean, there is like Nuno, but I don't think he's as good for the final 3. Frank's quite nice. I think Pep's by far the best for the final 3. I just fancy them to finish the season well. They probably win all 3. How are we doing, Sam? So I would go Pep. But yeah, you need the 1.5 million in the bank, so hopefully you've got that. Rob T posted a graphic, I think yesterday as well, with the actual projections for the final 3 game weeks. If you want to also just compare to that, if you can't afford Pep. David said Diaz to Bowen or Shader, or play Sessegnon and roll. I like the Bowen pick. Yeah, does Diaz start? He didn't last game week, did he, if I recall? Bowen, I think Bowen's better. Yeah. For the final 3 game weeks, I'd say, yeah, Bowen's better. Ipswich, game week 38 as well. I mean, Shader's nice. Is anyone else buying him? He is a nice budget pick, but Bowen gets the 90 minutes, whereas Shader doesn't. He'll be off like 70, 75. No, I'd make the move. I don't think I'd roll. I would sell Diaz. I assume you've got Mbeumo already. He's even better if you can afford him. The Niked says, bench 1, Marmoush, Wisser, Isak, Salah, Eze, Bowen, KDB and Mbeumo, and you're leaning towards Bowen or Isak. Yeah, I would agree with that. Bowen or Isak. Keep an eye on team news, obviously, because you know, if Marmoush or KDB don't start, then obviously bench them. If you can stick around till nearer the deadline, where we should get some early team news and leaks, I would expect. As always, the moment we get anything, I'll put it in the bottom left corner of your screen where it says starts or benched. Did anyone buy KDB after that last-minute leak last game week? I know a couple of you even captained him after that leak, so fair play. 22 points was massive. That's a crazy edge, isn't it? The thing with leaks is sometimes they can go the wrong way. Like, there's been times before where there's been a leak and then I've done something based on that, and it's actually cost me points than what I would have done if there was no news. So it does go both ways. But yeah, last week was massive if you bought KDB. But yeah, I would say, yeah, probably Bowen. That's close, that one. Zelda, thanks for the 23 months. Morning, Oscar. Does Marmoush to Wood seem sideways? Not if Marmoush is benched. I wouldn't do it if he starts. If there's team news that he starts, I definitely wouldn't be selling Marmoush. If he's benched, massive upgrade. It's a bit sideways, yeah, if they both start. Oblivious says, I've gone KDB on a free transfer to cover variance. Would you do Rodgers to Elanga -4? I'd bench Eze as well. You're leading by 10 points. No, don't bench Eze. Surely not. I'm expecting Spurs to rotate. Postecoglou kind of alluded to that as well. And I wouldn't take the -4. Definitely not. Keep it simple there. You don't need to be taking needless hits. Tuna says, should I play Raya and Saliba? Play Ryan Saliba as blocks, or play my own game and start Martinez and Wan-Bissaka /8 Nori? The person behind me is 7 points behind and has Raya, Saliba, Livramento. Do you know if they're going to buy a defender or not? I think maybe you could spread it. You could do like Martinez and Saliba, something like that. Who have Wolves got though? They got Brighton home, is it? Maybe no. I think Raya and 8 Nori is what I would do there. So you can spread your risk a bit, because they might end up buying like Nico Williams anyway, and then suddenly you're on double Arsenal defence and they're not. Do you know what I mean? They could do anything like that. So yeah, I think you got to start Aït-Nouri home to Brighton, and then Raya if you want to cover yourself a bit. Jamie says Saka to KDB or Konate to Nico for no hit. I don't think I'd be selling Saka. I think Saka's a keep now. I know KDB's great this week, but final three Saka I think's better. Like, KDB's got the better fixture this week, but then Saka's got Southampton himself in 38. And surely you're not going to go Saka to KDB to Saka, so I'd rather sell Konate. Bertman says start 3 from Vardy or Burn, Livramento, Kiwior. 1 free transfer, 0.3 million. Happy the rest of the team. So defense's upgrade, is it worth it, or rolling with more value? So start Vardy, start Livramento, and I'd say Kiwior. Defensive upgrade worth it. Hard to say about knowing the rest of your team, Bertman, because in theory there are higher upside moves to come later. Like, I don't know, buying double Bournemouth attack in 38. Or buying Palmer in 37. So I think it's one of those. You're going to have to just look at what you might be able to do the rest of the season if you make a transfer now. Because it's not that bad. Like Vardy, Livramento, Kiwior. It's not terrible. And the thing of buying like a Forest defender is, are you going to use them more than this week? What have they got, like Fulham away or something in 37? Maybe you use them there. But it's not great. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. Sean, thanks for 31 months. Good morning, Oscar. Start ×2 Everton defence over Kirkes and Livramento. So Everton, who have they got? I've forgotten the fixture, if I'm honest with you. Let me check. Everton have got Fulham away. Kirkes has got Villa home, is it? Where is he? Yeah, Villa home. No, I'd start Kirkes. Yeah, I'd start Kirkes, Sean. True Fandela, how we doing, mate? He says, for the rest of the season, Isak to Cunha or Ollie? I think Ollie, just about. This one you're going to get really different answers depending on who you ask. Like, we did a thing earlier where I said, what's your favourite front three? Some of them had Cunha in, some had Watkins in. I think Watkins just about. Just about Watkins, yeah. Oh yeah, do you guys want the special guest to join now? Should I give him a ring? See if he'll pick up. He's got 10 top 10Ks, absolutely top FPL manager. I don't know how this is going to go down, but let me give him a ring. So his name's Callum. Let me give him a ring. Hopefully you can hear him as well. Maybe I'll turn the music down for this. Alright, ringing him. Yo, Callum, are you there? We're just streaming right now. I'm live for the deadline. Did you want to introduce yourself to the viewers?
Aye, Oscar, I'm here, your wee beauty. Callum's the name, FPL's the game. I'm here to offer my pearls of wisdom to the viewers and hopefully stop Oscar from making any template wanker moves before the deadline. Any leaks for definite starters today? Who are we captaining, lads? Let's get this bread.
You just call me a template wanker. What the hell, Callum? No, there's not been any leaks yet. We're going to keep an eye out, yeah, because if De Bruyne starts, for example, then that'd be a nice one. Yeah, if there's any questions from the chat, I'll send them over to you, Callum.
Template wanker is a term of endearment. I'm just saying, you sometimes play it too safe, Oscar. Live a little. Right, De Bruyne news would be massive. Aye, keep me in the loop. What are you thinking yourself, Oscar? Any juicy differentials in mind, or are you going full boring this week?
I'm going full boring this week. I'm looking at selling Mateta to Wissa, which, yeah, you're right, is pretty template wanker. Yeah, do you want to tell people a bit about yourself as well, Callum? Like your history of playing FPL, like where you're from, who you support?
Mateta to Wissa. Aye, safe move that one. Gets the job done. I'm Callum, born and bred in Edinburgh. Die-hard Hib supporter through thick and thin, you can. Been addicted to FPL for about 10 years now. Had some shocking seasons, some brilliant ones, even scraped into the top 100 once. I've seen it all. Captain blanks, last minute injuries, defenders getting a red in the 5th minute, you name it. Triple captain Dennis in a double game week one time got -1 point. Peak FPL that I'm here to help you lot avoid my mistakes, or at least laugh at them, while steering you towards FPL glory. Any of the viewers wanting to share their biggest FPL disaster, I'm all ears.
Alright, I'll let you know if they've got any questions. Thanks, Callum. It's alright, so Callum's going to be chilling just in case you guys have got any questions for him. I can't believe he called me a template wanker. What the hell? Alright, get your questions in the chat if they're for Callum. Otherwise, I'll answer them myself. But thank you, Callum, for joining us. He'll still stick around in case you've got any questions for him. Right, where do we get to? Dan, thanks for the 17 months. He says, I'm chasing. Would you rather hold Isak or Marmoush and get either Cunha or Evan Nilsson? If I had to sell either, I think it'd be Marmoush. If I had to sell either. But not this week. Did he call my team rubbish? That's proper rude from Callum, that. Callum GPT. Oh, he's not AI. What are you talking about calling him AI? You're not fooling anyone, Oscar. Big up Hibs and Celtic. Callum's Evertonian. Thoughts on benching Salah? Let's ask him. Callum, I've got a question from a viewer. They asked, what are your thoughts on benching Salah? He's home to Arsenal this game week.
Benching Salah, ye daft wee knob. Are you sure that viewer isn't winding you up? Look, Arsenal are decent defensively, aye, but it's still Salah. He got a wee bit unlucky last week when Darwin robbed him of an assist. They were close to ending up on the same score. That said, he was limited against the reverse fixture at the Emirates, and we all know what he's capable of, don't we? Has your viewer lost the plot or something? Who are they planning on starting instead, for goodness sake? Have they had a wee drink? What say ye?
He's bang on, to be fair. That's mental, isn't it? He's right. Good analysis. Like, was it Darwin that robbed him the assist? And what was the reverse? Yeah, it was 1-1, was it? No, 2-2 reverse fixture, and he just scored the 1 goal salad, didn't he? Callum, man, what a guy. Yeah, I think there'll be leaks closer to the deadline, but nothing yet for those asking. It's not AI, it's Callum. Don't disrespect Callum like that. Salah or KDB? That's a good one. Got another question for you, Callum. Who's better this week, Salah or KDB? Salah home to Arsenal. KDB has got Southampton away. Like, if there's a leak that De Bruyne starts, who would you rather? And would you take a hit to buy De Bruyne?
Alright, pal, a classic head scratcher this is. Salah versus De Bruyne, eh? A tasty dilemma indeed. Right, so you're asking who's better this week, Salah at home against Arsenal or De Bruyne away to Southampton? Assuming we get a leak that KDB starts, and whether you'd take a hit to bring in the Ginger Maestro. First, let's talk about risk versus reward. Salah is a known quantity, always capable of exploding, but Arsenal away isn't a gimme. He did score against them earlier this season, but they kept him relatively quiet. Plus, Darwin's robbing assists from him now, the wee shite. De Bruyne, on the other hand, has Southampton, which is an amazing fixture. He's been racking up those minutes recently, which is encouraging. If you don't have him, it could be frightening. Aye, a De Bruyne haul against you would sting more than a dram of cheap whiskey. Now, regarding taking a hit, I'm generally not a fan of sacrificing points, but sometimes you gotta roll the dice. If you genuinely believe De Bruyne will outscore Salah by at least 4 points, enough to cover the hit, then maybe, just maybe, it's worth considering. But before you pull the trigger, a couple of questions for you. What does the rest of your midfield look like, and how desperate are you to make up ground in your mini league? Any leaks from
Callum,
Oscar?
I'm going to cut you off here. You're hogging the spotlight there. You've been talking for about 2 minutes straight. Give me a chance. This is my live stream, remember. You just come in there and you're dominating the live stream. This is meant to be the FPL Focal channel, not FPL Callum, alright?
Apologies, Oscar. I got a wee bit carried away there. Sometimes I get a bit too excited. What say you? Over to your boss.
You know what? You put me on the spot now. Someone said, "Can Callum join us every stream?" That was from someone called Struggling with This Game. Would you be up for it?
Struggling with this game, eh? Well, they've certainly come to the right place for a bit of FPL therapy. Aye, sounds good to me. What's life without a wee bit of chaos and questionable opinions? As long as you can handle my banter, Oscar, I'm happy to join in now and again. I might be a template wanker, but I enjoy it. I will try to keep it shorter next time. Hopefully it won't be an FPL Callum channel.
Oh, he's so funny. What do you think of Callum? Do we rate him, or should we cut him off? Should he be a regular as and when needed during streams, or no Callum? Let's do a poll. Let's get a consensus on Callum. So I've put, should he be involved in streams sometimes? So not the whole stream, just like, you know, here and there. We just call Callum, just for like a different take, you know. What do you think? Yes or no to Callum? Knows his stuff though, doesn't he? Callum's a wanker. That's a bit harsh. It sounds like he's reading off a script. No script. Well, I can ask him anything. Sorry, Dave. So one free transfer. Front seven is KDB and Bumo, Eze Rogers, Isaac, Marmish, Mateta, and you've got Rasher on your bench. Do you sell him to Bowen and bench Rogers? Or do you roll and use 2 free transfers to get Palmer / Saka and 37? I think potentially playing Rogers and then rolling basically might get you more points longer term. Not this week potentially, but I just think buying Palmer. I still think buying Palmer at 37 is class because they got Man United at home a few days before the Europa final. So I quite like Palmer and 37. So I think I'd actually play Rogers and roll if I were you. 63% say yes to Callum. 64% yes to Callum. 36% no. Best time to triple captain. I think the 3 options are. And Bumo now I think is really good. And then I think 38, because 38 is normally really high scoring. So there's Salah home to Palace, Saka away at Southampton. Any of those. I'd be tempted to just get out of the way on Mbumo now if I were you. You're such a W, mate. I love your videos. Thanks very much, Tom. Appreciate that. Bots voting for Callum. Callum's great. He's a new set of chips in FPL. Divided opinions on Callum. Day 236 of calling Focal Smexy Geezer. Free hit now of 38. I think I'd use it now, Will, because you've got... I don't know. I think I like the fixtures slightly more this week and just get out of the way. You can go like triple Forest against Leicester. You can go triple City and take advantage of whatever leaks we get. Like imagine Haaland starts or something like that. And triple Brentford, so you could go like Mbumo, Wissa, and then maybe Shada, like triple attack. I think that would be the foundation of a free hit. So yeah, like double Forest defense and Wood, maybe triple Brentford attack, and yeah, triple City. So you know, like KDB if he starts, whichever striker starts, maybe they both do, Marmish or Haaland, and Vardiol. I mean, I hope Vardiol starts. It's not given, is it? Did you guys see the quote from Pep? He was praising Vardio in the press conference yesterday. So it always worries me when he's praising a player like that. Who did you vote on the FPL door? I can't disclose my vote. Who did you guys vote for? Those are the finalists. Ask Callum to leak City's team. Don't know if he gets leaks. I can ask him. Yeah, who do you guys vote for on the FPL door? If you want to get your vote in, fpl.page/FPL door. It's in the app as well if you want to vote. I mean, I'm not on it, of course, because I've made these awards up. But those are the finalists. About 4,000 votes so far. Mo Omar, thanks for the super chat. He said, "Hi Oscar, Mateta to Wissa / Isak to Wood, or just one move and go into 37 with 2 free transfers. You're planning to bring Saka and Bomber for 38, maybe Palmer 37 for Eze." Yeah, do the one move. I think I'd keep hold of Isak. Yeah, I'll just do the one move if I were you there. Do you watch other FPL content creators? Not much. I used to watch loads before I was making my own videos, but because like FPL's every day now, like ridiculous amount of hours now of my week going to FPL because I'm making videos every day and streams and so on. So I don't watch as much as I used to, but yeah, I do watch content for sure. Who do you guys watch besides this channel? Raptor, Harry, Black Box, Wire, Andy, Mate, Fran. Loads more I'm forgetting, but there's loads of good channels, isn't there? Birdman says, "Cheers, mate. I think I'll roll. Just checking. You said start Kivia over Burn or Livramento. I'd start Livra. Yeah. It was over Burn, I think I said, yeah. Livra I prefer to Burn, just because a little bit more goal threat. Also, bench one from Saar, Burn, Rogers, and Isak. I'd bench Rogers. Yeah, definitely. Out of those. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about no Tielemans as a Rogers owner. I mean, this week I shouldn't need to use him unless Marmish is benched, but in 37 as well, Tielemans is going to be a big miss. Like, he's great at picking him out in the pockets, Tielemans, so not ideal. I guess Asensio comes in as a 10. You watch Let's Talk. FPL Wire. Raptor Harry Mate. Chasing Green Arrows. You watch Callum. Oh, Callum. Assistant manager on who? I'd use it on Pep if you've got the money. I think Pep's... Yeah, I think he's the best one for the final three. Certainly this week as well. No City leaks as of yet, Matt. I'm sure nearer the deadline we'll get something, but not at the moment. What's the captaincy widget saying? Let's have a look. So in Bumo 5 stars, Wood 4. Anyone going Wood captain this week? Let's do a captain poll. Wissa 3 stars, Salah, De Bruyne 3 stars. So we've got Mbumo, Wood, De Bruyne if starting, and other. So if you've gone other, tell us who your other is. FPL Focal on the App Store if you want to get the app for the captaincy ratings and all the other stuff. Daniel says 40 points off first place. Triple captain Wood, Mbumo, or KDB. 40 points. Wood's the one that makes the most sense because I imagine in your league a lot of people won't even own him. Oh, quite a lot of Wissa captains. Does he read the comments? Yeah, I do read. I can't answer them all, but I do read as much as I can. That's just a lot to read, and I try to pick out questions to answer. So if you're triple captain one of those three, Wood's the one that's going to be lowest owned. Last game week, Wood was like something crazy, like 3% owned top 10k, and it's going to be similar top 100k. So I think it'd be Wood. The other one you could look at is Saka 38, but I think I think Wood's nice this week, home to Leicester. Yeah. It's got to be, because he's the one that's just going to be the lowest owned in your league. Obviously, Mbumo could just ruin the party, but when you're trying to chase 40 points, at this stage, that's the sort of thing you have to go for. Would you punt on a Palace player captain? Probably not for captaincy. Not for captaincy. I think this week, Mbumo, De Bruyne, if he's league starting, Wood, I'd say, are all better. Maybe Wissa as well. I mean, if Marmish is league starting, it's still not terrible, despite how last game it went. Can you captain? Yeah, good shout. Who do you reckon is going to be top scorer this week then? Get your guesses in the chat. Last game, it was Shader. Shader? I don't even know how you say his name. Shader? Shader. I think the commentators say Shader, but that doesn't sound right. 14 points he got last game, so he was the top scorer. But anyway, share your prediction in the chat. Who you think it will be? Wissa? Oh, mate, I'll be so happy if it's Wissa, even though he's not my captain. Cunha, Shada. Oh, Shada. Like that, Shada. Like a longer A. R instead of A. Shada. Okay. Shada. Bowen, Wood, Alanga, Garnacho, Shada, Saka, Eze. You said Salah in King of the Game Week. Okay. Not a bad pick. I'm going to go... I'm trying to think of who could start for City that's a bit left field. I want to go Doku. Was it this season that Doku just randomly got like 24 points and then did nothing again after that? Goran says, play Rodgers or get Shada or Alanga for a -4. Nah, not for a -4. I just play Rodgers, honestly. You need Rodgers to blank. You need either of those to score. It's not out of the question, but for 4 points, I'd probably just play it safer and go Rodgers. It's one of those, like, don't get me wrong, Goran. One of those probably will score. And it might repay the hit, but I'm quite hit adverse myself. I wouldn't do that. Andy says, would you swap Marmish out for Wood? Only if he's leaked not starting. Otherwise, nah. Marmish has got to be a keep if we hear that he's starting against Southampton. Like, the bottom of the league. They're one of the worst teams in Premier League history. Like, selling him if he's starting is just mad, I think. You definitely don't like hits, I noticed. I used to love a hit, but not anymore. They just rarely come off for me. I mean, what are you guys like when it comes to hits? How many have you taken this season? I think I've only taken like 2 this season. Maybe 3. Good afternoon, Oscar. Wishing you a good game. Love you. Thanks for swinging by, send your love. Amy Pan says, 2 free transfers, 2.5 million in the bank. Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Burn, Vardy, or Salah, Rogers, Sarton, Boomer, Isaac, Mateta, Marmoush. And your bench is Raya, Kanate, Murphy, and Saliba. Triple captain pending. Thoughts? Looks good to me. So 2 free transfers. I'd probably do the Mateta to Wissa. I mean, that's what I'm planning. I think Wood's good, Cunha's good, Watkins are good. They're all great, to be honest, but I'm going Wissa. Is it worth spending the second transfer, though? Probably not. You could do something in your defence, couldn't you? Like, you know, Wan-Bissaka or Burn up to a Forest defender. I just can't help but think there'll be more gains to potentially come by taking 2 free transfers into 37. Whether that's buying Palmer in 37 or in 38, you can buy Saka against Southampton. You're going to want to buy Bournemouth attackers because they're home to Leicester. So Evan Nilsson, Kluivert, Semenyo, Saka. Those just all strike me as being more upside than buying a Forest defender now. So Captain Poll, 67% and Bumo, 16% De Bruyne, 8% Wood, 8% other. Callum captain. Who does Callum want us to captain? I'll ask Callum who he thinks the best captain is. So I'll give him the same options as the poll, shall I? That probably makes the most sense. Hey Callum, you there? I just wanted to ask you, who's the best captain this week? And Bumo has got Ipswich, Wood has got Leicester home, or De Bruyne, if he starts, has got Southampton. Who would you go, mate?
I'm here, ready to solve your FPL dilemmas. Right, so you're tossing up between Bomo against Ipswich, Wood against Leicester, and De Bruyne against Southampton if he starts, eh? That's a proper head scratcher. Bomo's been serving up points like a bartender serves pints, but Wood's got a tasty fixture against Leicester. But then there's De Bruyne. If he starts, he could run riot against Southampton. Do you need some help deciding who to put the armband on your wee template, wanker? Have you seen any early team leaks? Gotten any gut feelings, mate?
Yeah, I'm thinking in Bumo. Thanks, Callum. I'll get back to you on that. Called me a template wanker again. Rude. It's not recorded messages. Ask any question. It's not recorded. It's real. It's just Callum. You could listen to Callum all day long. The way I know you said in Bumo, he went Bumo. Can Callum do my taxes? Rangers or Celtic? Anurag says, hi Oscar, can I get your help with this? Vardiel, Munoz, Konsa, Sarr and Bumo, Salah, Rogers, Isak, Mateta, Marmoush with Saliba, Kivior, Semenyo on the bench, and you've got one free transfer. I've got a similar setup to you, and I'm looking at Mateta to Wissa this week. It's kind of the template move, isn't it? But I think that's what I would do if I was you. I'm still laughing at Callum. Yeah, I think that's what I would do, Anurag, if I was you. Mateta to Wissa looks nice. Because obviously they've got Wolves home, which doesn't look too bad, but that's a few days after the FA Cup final, and then they've got Liverpool 38. So I think it makes sense to kind of move away from the Triple Palace, because you still have Konsa and Sarr, who are great this week as well. Like, Mateta's not bad, but I think I'd probably make the switch. Holy Guacamole says, bench boost for Bruggen, Sarr, Konsa and Kirkes. Yeah, I think that's worth it. I don't think you're going to get a better opportunity. Like, it's not great, don't get me wrong, but no one's bench boost has been particularly great. So, yeah, if I had that bench, I'd be using it. I don't think you'll get better. Like, Sarr, he's got the problems I just mentioned in future weeks. Wolves are a few days after the FA Cup final, Liverpool, so then you'd have to sell him, and you don't know if other players will be available in your whole team. So, yeah, I'd use it. Does Callum have any GCSEs? Play Rogers or Sarr? I'd play Sarr. Yeah, I'm going to make my transfer a bit nearer the deadline. I'm looking at Mateta to Wissa this week. Callum for knighthood. Does Callum like ham? What does that mean? Is that innuendo? Cunha or Wissa? I mean, there's so little separating the forwards. Like Cunha, Wissa, Watkins. They're all great. I like Wissa slightly more than the rest, but they're all good. Over to you, Callum, in the gantry. Does Callum like pineapple on pizza? Callum, got a question from a viewer. Do you like pineapple on pizza, mate?
Pineapple on pizza? You daft wee knob, that's an abomination. It's like scoring an own goal in the Champions League final. Some things are just wrong, you know. Anyway, back to FPL. Any burning questions about team selection or captaincy before the deadline, Oscar? Don't let these culinary distractions throw you off. Are there any leaks?
Yeah, you're right. No leaks yet. They're trying to distract me, Callum. Yeah, appreciate you getting us back on track. Thanks, mate. What did he call me? God, he just insults me every time I ring him. Callum for president. Napstars, thanks for the 1 month. And he says bench 2 out of Evan Nilsson, Barnes, Robinson, or Munoz. I'd start Munoz and Evan Nilsson. I'm thinking either Barnes or Robinson. Barnes should start. Robinson will start. He's got Everton. I think I'd bench Robinson and chase the upside with Barnes. It's just Scottish banter. Who's the best triple captain for the final 3 game weeks? If I was ranking them, I'd say Palmer and Gameweek 37. And Bumo this week. And then Salah, Saka, probably dead even 38. But I don't know if you can get to Palmer in 37 or if you've got him already. So I would honestly probably just use it on Mbumo right now this week if I had it. Get it done. Callum is the new Pope. Any news about the City lineup? No, not yet. FPL is the best online game in the world, maybe. Maybe, Baker Man, maybe. SAR to KDB -4. I can't bring myself to take a hit for KDB. I don't hate it, selling SAR, but it feels like a game that Palace potentially put a couple past Spurs in. That's my take. Obviously, the same is true about City versus Southampton, but for a -4, I'm not sure. I think that's going to be really popular this week. Has anyone taken a hit for KDB this week? If he's leaked to start. Is any of you watching planning to take a hit for KDB? What's your plan as well if, like, you know, say Marmoush doesn't start, Vardy doesn't start? It's worth saying, actually, like every deadline, when there are potential leaks, it's good to kind of come up with a plan of what you might do if X happens, if Y happens. It's a bit proper like FPL sweat tactics, but it's good to kind of just work out what your plan is so you're not last minute panicking, you know? Is O'Reilly a good option? Nah, I wouldn't buy O'Reilly. May not even start. How we doing, Bobby? Marmish only benched once. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because on the one hand, this is the one fixture where City could play their peripheral players, you know, B team almost, and still get a result. On the other hand, Pep might want some rhythm before the FA Cup final because it's like a week gap, isn't it? So, like, if someone doesn't play this game, but Pep wants to use them in the final, then it's like a 15-day gap from when they last play to when they next play. So it's very, very hard to predict Pep, and it's basically impossible. Luke says triple captain and Mbumo / De Bruyne or bench boost and save it for later. Oh, it really depends on how your bench looks, Luke. Yeah, it's impossible to say about knowing your bench, but like if you've got a strong bench, I would get the bench boost out of the way. Absolutely prioritise the bench boost, and then triple captain later. The bench boost is a difficult one because all it takes is 1 or 2 things to go wrong, and it really like messes everything up because then you're taking hits, and that negates the bench boost entirely. So I'd get it out of the way. Triple captain later. Triple captain Salah or Saka in 38. Ask Callum what he thinks of Alexa. And Luke also said, if Haaland starts, would you change the triple captain from Mbumo? Nah, I still wouldn't. Because what's his minutes going to be? Maybe he gets like 80, 90, but it feels like the likelier outcome is that he gets less than that. And I know he can do the damage in an hour, but I'd go Mbumo regardless. But as I say, if your bench is stronger this week, use that first. If you've got a strong bench, use that first. Struggling with this game says, hi mate, headache here. Konsa / Saliba to Ruben for double City defence. Konsa Saliba to Ruben. Okay, Sarr and Isak to KDB and Wood. Cunha for a hit if we get a leak. Or just roll and have 2 free transfers next week and Mbumo captain. So have you got 2 free transfers? Sarr and Isak, KDB and Wood. Oh, I see what you're saying. Nah, I don't. I know, like, Ruben should get you 6 points this week, but I don't know how I feel about spending a transfer there when you could just play Concert and it's not the end of the world. And again, I can't help but think when there's only a few game weeks left, you probably gain more on transfers on attackers in 37 or 38 than on a defender now. And he's still not completely nailed for the final three, Ruben. Like, Akanji's back, Stones could be back, might not be in like a week's time. Siren needs actually KDB / Wood for a hit. I don't hate that for a hit, yeah. If I was picking either, I think I'd go Wood just about. Yeah. Wood and KDB. But I'm personally not buying anyone that's not completely nailed, so that's why I'm swerving KDB. Might end up costing me, but overall this season it's served me pretty well, avoiding anyone that I don't think is totally nailed. Like, the longer a player's on the pitch, the likely they are to get you something, so wherever possible, I just want players that are good for 90. Obviously that's not been the case with Mateta recently, and some other players, but generally that's what I've tried to stick to. So personally I wouldn't do it for a hit, but it's not bad though if there's a leak that he starts. I just don't like selling Isak that much either. I personally wouldn't do it, I'd personally leave it, but it's one of those, like, it wouldn't surprise me if it does come off and does well, but I wouldn't do it. Oscar, you're such a cutie pie. Thank you very much. Wester or Wood for Evan Nilsson? No, I don't think I'd sell Evan Nilsson, Ben. I think I'd keep him. Again, just with a longer term view. Like, Wester's got the nicer fixture this week, and so does Wood, but then Evan Nilsson's got Leicester home in 38. Kanate start. I saw he was on holiday this week, Kanate, so... And I saw Liverpool fans were predicting the Kwanzaa start, so I ended up dropping him into my bench. Why Wan-Bissaka? I mean, my defence is awful this week. I could start Saliba. I could start Kanate. He's been playing the wing back, and he got the assist last match. And he could be up against Amas. So I just ended up with Wan-Bissaka. Could be minimal points from my defence this week, to be honest with you. Do you reckon Marmoush gets benched? It's possible. It is possible. It might be likely that he starts and then comes off and Haaland comes on. That might be what he does. But I'm sure we'll know something a bit nearer the deadline. There's bound to be leaks like there was last week. So I'll keep an eye on it as we get a bit nearer the deadline. We normally get stuff in like the last 10-15 minutes, so yeah, I'll keep checking it. Does Callum hate Wood jokes? Probably not. He's got better banter than me, Callum. What do you think of the Vardy chatter? What's the Vardy chatter? I must have missed that. Daniel says 10 points behind, triple captain in Mbumo or Wood. 10 points is nothing. I think Mbumo's better than Wood this week. Not much in it, but I think he's better, so I would say Mbumo. Mbumo could get you 10 points this week, and if that's the only gap, then, you know, you've leapfrogged them just like that. FPL is becoming a full-time job. I know, you have to proper stay on it with all the leaks. I don't know if he's watching right now. Was it David that tagged me earlier, and he's like, something about... Let me find it. I saw it just before I went live. Yeah, it was David. He said, his wife said, oh, it's a lovely sunny day. What should we do with the kids? And then he said, well, I'm going to be waiting on City Leaks to 1:30 p.m. and I'm going to be watching Focal's deadline stream. And then obviously 3 to 5 p.m. I need to keep up to date with the scores and hope Fulham versus Everton's a 0-0. Wife, ... Oh dear. Bloody FPL. Luke says, front three of Cunha, Isak, Evan Nilsson. Who should I sell for Whisper and Wood? Or should I go Marmoush instead? You want to buy both of them? You don't need to sell 2 forwards. You've got a nice front 3. I wouldn't buy Marmoush. I'd rather buy Wissa, but if I was going to sell any of that front 3, it'd be Isak, but I think I'd leave it. Like, he's home to Chelsea. It's not awful. It's not great either. But if you want to sell any of those, I would just do Isak to Wissa. I would keep Evan Nilsson and Cunha. How are we doing, Gringo Star? Vardy goal number 200 tomorrow against Forest. Oh yeah, is he one off now? Yeah, because he scored last game week, didn't he? Marcus says transfer Marmish out, Wissa in. Nah, not unless there's a leak he doesn't start. Otherwise, nah, I wouldn't do that. He's got Southampton. It's like one of the best fixtures you can have. How many players have you guys got from the scout selection? This week they've got Sells in goal, Vardio, Aït-Nouri, Sessegnon. They've got Salah, De Bruyne, Mbumo, Elanga, Marmish, Wood, and Wissa. And they went Mbumo captain. Salah vice. So I've got Vardio, Salah, Mbumo, Marmish. I'll have 5 after I buy Wissa during the stream. 10? 10 is mad. Are you on a free hit? You must be on a free hit to have 10. And they went Frank, assistant manager. 5, 7. If you play the wild card, all of them. 6. 5, it could be 6 if KDB starts. Yeah, I guess a lot of people are waiting for potential KDB news. Does he start? Ten with the bench boost, nice. Well, let's do a little chip poll then. Maybe there's more polls active than I anticipated. There's too many chips and options though, isn't there? There'll be no triple captains. No, there will be. It's not going to work. Triple captain slash. Alright, wildcard slash free hit. This is the worst poll in poll history. Alright, this is a poll specifically for people with chips active. So if you haven't got one active, then I need you to abstain from this one, please. Take a hit from Mateta to Wissa. Don't think I'd do that for a hit, Chris. I really don't think it's that bad. And Mateta against Spurs. Like, Spurs will probably rotate after, obviously, they reached the final a few days ago. You posted in Discord about your rank. You were 130th in the world. If you're in need of any experts for next season, let me know. Can everyone spam Elliot's bad at FPL? I'll let you know. I'm definitely going to open the doors to more to join the expert series. It's minimum 2 top 10Ks or 5 top 100Ks to join. Where's the option for none? I know it only gives me 4 options on the poll. That's the thing. So I can't actually put none as an option. It's a bad poll. I kind of regret it as soon as I created it. Because it looks like there's loads of chips active. If I put none as an option there, then I think that would be like 75%. Okay, so bench boost, triple captain mostly. There's a few wild cards and assistant managers. Okay, what about if we do it this way then? Do you have a chip active? Yes, no. And then we can actually get a feel for the kind of proportion of chips active. Start Salah or Saka? Oh, can you not start both? Got to be Salah over Saka if you're picking one of them. I'd like to be starting both if you can. Kay says, I have Cunha and Marmoush and I'm looking to sell Isak to Wissa. You're 21 points off in the mini league. Is it a smart move given Isak's ownership? Yeah, it makes sense. If you think the people above you will keep Isak for the run-in. Obviously, it's hard to predict, isn't it? What they're going to do. They might be thinking the same. or they might be trying to extend their lead and they might be selling Isak. I don't know who they've got. Maybe they've got someone else that makes more sense to sell, like Mateta. Yeah, I think Isak to Wissa's almost like a Hail Mary move, isn't it? Because Isak's so highly owned on the one hand. On the other hand, like, it's not out of the question that he blanks against Chelsea and Arsenal. Those are not easy games. And if he does, and you buy Wissa, you know, who scores, I don't know, let's say 2 goals and an assist over those next 2, then you've made that ground up instantly. So I quite like that. For those of you that are looking to take on high ownership players that, or, you know, to make some volatile moves, that's the sort of thing selling Isak. Axel says, gone Isak to Haaland captain. Mark says, hi all, I'm late to the stream. Have you covered if KDB's worth a -4? Doing Mateta to Wissa free transfers, and you stuck between Murphy and Rodgers to KDB. Only got Marmy from City. Appreciate the insight. Good luck, everyone. I'd be selling Murphy to KDB between those. Yeah, we kind of did talk about it. For -4, for me, no. I don't hate it if you're really high ranked and you want to just protect the ownership. Because, don't get me wrong, I think he's going to be something crazy like 80% effective ownership, you know, around the top 10k. Maybe top 100k as well. So that's a bit scary. So if you want to just protect rank, there is that. Personally, I'm not doing it. But for Murphy, that's not bad, is it? If you're selling Murphy. Like in my case as well, it's for Eze. I'd have to sell Eze, and I'm not keen on that. Mazdan asked about Eze to KDB as well. I'll do that for free, but not for a hit. Yeah, not for a hit. Like Eze's on pens. Spurs have been awful defensively. They'll probably rotate. Yeah, so for me, no, not for -4. I think it's okay though. Can you up the volume a bit? What, on the music? Or me? Like that? Is Bowen to De Bruyne -4 worth it? Nah, again, I'm not a fan of De Bruyne for a -4, let alone someone like Bowen, who's great. Like, Bowen's a great pick. I wish I had Bowen. Oh, my volume. Yeah, I can do that. Is that better now? Or is that too loud? Murphy's so underrated. Yeah, but his minutes have been crap recently, haven't they? Did he even make it to 60 last game? Down the music now. Oh, bloody hell. Alright. Is that better? Hopefully the balance is right now. If Bradley starts, will Trent be benched? Yeah, he should be benched. I mean, he might play him in midfield, but I'd be surprised. Should be Bradley starting. The music's faded. Are you winding me up now? Alright, how about that? I mean, it is meant to be quiet background music. It's not meant to dominate it. Alright, we're good. Thank you. Right, where did I get to here? It was Lewis who said 54 points behind, ahead of second, sorry. Saka to KDB -4. Second has KDB. Ah, for a -4. I don't like selling Saka for a hit, honestly. I mean, 54 points is massive. Yeah, they need an absolute miracle to make up that ground on you. So if there's a leaky starting, yeah, and you want to just protect your lead, yeah, fine. Yeah, that's fine. I get it. Like, normally, it's not a move I'd make, like, purely in terms of FPL and potential points. But to cover your arse in the league, to cover second place, making up any ground, yeah, fair enough. Music off for a -8. What do you mean? I thought it was a good playlist. It's copyright free, but it's not bad. Pareda says, how better is Wissa than Mateta versus Tottenham, while keeping Mateta allows 2 free transfers? I mean, not significantly, but I think Wissa has scored every time he's faced the bottom 3 this season. I might have made that stat up. Let me fact check that. So He scored against Southampton game week 3. He scored against Ipswich and got an assist game week 9. He scored against Leicester game week 13. 1 goal, 1 assist against Southampton game week 20. Scored against Leicester game week 26. I think that was 5 there, and that brings us to number 6 this game week. XDC said, I'm afraid Mateta's not going to get 60 minutes. And that's the other thing. It's the early subs that are really frustrating. And in my case, I've still got Eze and Sarr. So I feel like the balance is quite nice there. Double Palace midfield. I can go and Mbeumo, Wissa in attack. How are we doing, Amit? So I'm happy to make the move. I do recognise rolling does give you more options next week, like Bayern Palmer, but both are viable routes. Master Knight says Barnes, Kanate and Isak, or Marmoush to KDB, Vardy and Wissa from -4. Is that any good? Barnes, Kanate and Isak, or Marmoush to KDB, Vardy and Wissa -4. Is it any good? Well, I don't think I understand this one. Barnes to KDB. Yeah, I like that. Kanate to Vardy. I like that. Isak to Wissa for a -4. Yeah. Depending on leaks, of course. Like, yeah, it depends on leaks. If Vardy or KDB start. And if Marmoush doesn't, then I'd sell him. Alright, let's have a quick look at who the most transfer players are. Oh god, 634,000 have bought KDB. 500,000 have bought Wissa. 451,000 have bought Mbeumo. Vardy or Wood, Elanga. Oh my god, KDB's ownership's going to be crazy. Welcome back for another video. Elanga captain. Oh, surely not. That's super differential. What about most sold? Mateta, Saka, Isak, Murphy, Salah, Diaz, Marmoush. 171,000 sold Marmoush. Mate, if he's leaks starting, that is crazy. Like if he doesn't start, they've got away with one. But if there's a leak that Marmoush starts, I think those 171,000 are asking for trouble. Selling him before he's got Southampton of all teams. Right, yeah, I'll check if there's been leaks. I don't think there has been. Nothing at the moment. I've got notifications on everywhere anyway, so the second we get anything, you'll know straight away. Nothing at the moment. Turbo Charge Gaming, Mateta to Wissa / roll and Pep to Potter game week 37. I think I'd just keep Pep, really. I fancy them to probably grind out 3 wins in the final 3. So I wouldn't worry about Potter. I prefer Mateta to Wissa and just keep Pep for the run-in. So 30% have got a chip active, 70% don't. That is higher than I thought. Maybe this is going to be a trickier week than I anticipated. I guess there's lots of people that are just sitting on like assistant managers that have to go now or they're wasted and other chips left over. Like if I had triple captain, I'd probably just be using it on Mbeumo this week. AB says, hey Oscar, I've got Flecken, Raya, Colwill, Mikalenko, Howson, Saliba, Greaves, Rogers, Salah, Palmer, Mbeumo, Murphy, Isak, Marmish and Strand Larson with 2 free transfers. You're thinking it's triple captain Mbeumo. Yeah, I like the Mbeumo triple captaincy. So you got 2 transfers, but nothing in the bank. Oh, you've got Palmer still. I think I triple captain Palmer 37 because he's got Man United home a few days before they've got the Europa League final. I would save it and use it on Palmer. And Mbeumo's great this week, to be honest, as well. So Flecken's fine. You play him. Yeah, play Mikalenko. Yeah, the defense is tricky this week. I think most people have just got bad fixtures in their defense, unless you've got, you know, like double City defender Munoz. I know some have got that. So I'd play Mikalenko. I would play. I'd play Howson, and I'd play Saliba, I would say. Salah, Palmer, and Bumo Murphy. Yeah, it's tricky because you've got nothing in the bank. I would do Murphy to Sharda. I think I would do that. I don't know if you need to spend the second transfer here. And then just go 3-5-2. Just don't know if Strand Larsen will start. They said they're going to make a late call on him. I don't think you've got enough in the bank to do anything there either. So, yeah, I would leave it at that. Just Murphy to Sharda. And then play 3-5-2. Keep the second transfer. Triple captain Mbumo now or Palmer 37. Both are great. Equally good. D Lang says, hey Oscar, used 3 of my 4 transfers. You're planning to roll. Would you sell Isak for either Wood or Cunha? If so, who? Nah, I don't think I would. Keep the extra transfer. Wood and Cunha are great. I mean, don't get me wrong, they'd probably score this week. It wouldn't surprise me, but I think Isak's fine to keep for the final 3. I'm happy to keep him. That transfer could be more valuable for something else. Mo Villa says, which 2 to sell out of Ollie and Isak to bring a Wissa? Definitely wouldn't sell Watkins. If it had to be either of them, it'd be Isak. If I had to pick either. Watkins, I think he's great. I'd love to have him in my team from 37 when they got United home. And then they got Spurs in 38 as well, a few days after they've played in the Europa final. Who do you think wins the Europa League this season, guys? Man United or Spurs? Nori or Munoz? I'd say Munoz. Pretty close, because obviously he's got the away fixture. Nori's home. But I'd say Munoz. Sell Salah for Palmer? Probably not. No. Spurs, United, Spurs. We'll do a poll. Seems pretty divided reading the messages. Luke Skywalker says, bench Salah for Murphy. No, definitely not. Definitely don't do that. He might not even start Murphy. Could be Barnes and Gordon playing wing. Tom FC says, I always win in my second season, mate. Start Bradley or Munoz? Munoz. Spurs never win anything. This could be the season. Like you said, Postecoglou said, I always win stuff in my second season. The importance of that game is unbelievable as well, isn't it, when you think about it? Because they both had a terrible league season. And whoever loses doesn't get Europe next season. But also the gap between no Europe at all and Champions League is massive. Plus winning the silverware. Man United won't go invincible just to lose to Spurs. I think United's record against Spurs hasn't been great in the last couple of years, but yeah, difficult one to call, isn't it? If I had to predict, I would say Man United win. I think Spurs have got, is it Maddison and who else? Someone else is out for the season as well, which won't help. Tim in the chat, he says, pick 3 defenders to start. Saliba, Vardy, Konsa, Burn and Kanate. Isn't Bumo a better captain than KDB? Thanks. I think he is, even if KDB is late to start, but not significantly better. I'd say KDB is still great. But I think Bumo, like, he's safe for 90. He's definitely on pens. So I think he's slightly better than KDB, even if KDB starts. I'd start Vardy. I'd start Konsa. The third one's tricky, actually. I benched Kanate just because the fans are predicting another Quanta start, which surprised me. The infamous generous Tim. So Salib, Vardy or Konsa. Yeah, the third one, maybe Burn. I've got him and I've started Burn. I don't think there's many clean sheets this week on paper, is there? That's the thing. Any Savio leaks? No leaks just yet for those asking. None at the moment. Oh, it's Bergval. Bergval's out for the season as well. So him and Maddison are out. So yeah, that's a big loss. And then, yeah, Man United, on the other hand, they've got Ahmad back. Wake up, FPL Tony. Any news on Haaland? No, nothing other than what Pep said in the press conference, which is that he's ready. Does he come straight in the 11 though? It's possible. I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, nothing leaks wise at the moment. The second we get something, you guys will know straight away. I'll put it in the bottom left corner where it says who starts, who's benched. Senya Lump says, please help replace Zoboslai and Livramento. You got 5.9 million. Sharda, I think, is the one. How much does that leave you for a defender? I don't know if I'd spend a transfer on a defender. Unless you really got all the attackers you want already. But I just feel like in 38, people are going to want to spend 2 transfers, surely, on like maybe double Bournemouth attack, or maybe one Bournemouth attack and Saka, who's got Southampton, for example. I think transfers are just so precious in these final few weeks that, yeah, I don't know if I'd. If you got £1 every time someone asks you for a leak, yeah, it's a big week for leaks, as well, isn't it? Any leaks? That's what I'm wondering. Any leaks? You will know as soon as there's a leak. You will know. Yeah, so to answer your question, Senya, I think with the limited money you've got, Sharda. And what did he say? Your attackers are fine. Your bench boosting with Cucurella, Nico and Semenyo. Yeah, I think I'd do that, to be honest. Just get out of the way. Nico's got Leicester home. If he's actually on your bench. Surely he's not. Are you fudging your bench there? Nothing on Haaland at the moment. I'll keep refreshing it though. The second we know, you'll know. Any leaks? Is that a leak emoji? Oh, you know what? I should add a leak emoji, shouldn't I? Maybe we need to ask Callum. Sell Salah for KDB. Not a massive fan of that. I still think Salah's alright for the minus for the final 3. Leak emoji. Alright. I'll add a note. There we go. Next time I go live, there'll be a leak emoji. Anu says, High School, what's your preferred free hit team? Alright, let's quickly throw one together. So, I would have Wissa, I would have Wood for sure. Last spot, Marmouche if he starts. Sharda. Double Forest defence, so Milenkovic. I'll go Williams. Who else would I have in here? If he's leaked starting De Bruyne, it's kind of hard to answer without knowing who actually starts and what news we get. But I think that's kind of the foundation there. How many? That's triple. Goalkeeper's spot is tricky actually. I suppose instead of Nico, you could go Sells in goal, right? And then you just go for an attacking defender like 8 Nori. Something like that. Saliba and Kanate ignore. That's got 1.4 in the bank, so you could have like Eze on the bench, that sort of thing. Something along those lines if I was on a free hit. Ignore Kanate and Saliba, they're on the bench. It'd be 3-4-3. But it depends on leaks. That's the difficult part. Like if Haaland's leak starting, then obviously you got to have him on a free hit. Right. Rio says, I sold Mateta Eze for Cunha and KDB triple captain. Is that okay? Well, I would have waited first to see if there's a leak on KDB starting, because it's not a certainty. Nothing's guaranteed with the City team, really. There's actually not a single City player that's guaranteed right now. Like in past seasons, you've been able to say, yeah, definitely Edison, definitely Rodri, definitely Haaland. But right now, like this game week coming, no one is a guarantee. So I would have waited, but you've done it. So yeah, as long as he's league starting, why not? I think that's fine to triple captain him. I think Mbeumo is even better if I was going to triple captain anyone this week. But KDB's a fun upside pick, isn't he? Right, let's end that and do a captain poll because someone was asking. So Mbeumo. Who else do I have on this poll? I've gone blank. Who is it? Mbeumo, De Bruyne. Who's the other one? Who's the other one that's really obvious that I'm forgetting? Mbeumo. Wood? Oh yeah, maybe Wood. Wood, Wissa, yeah. The best content. Thanks very much, Bazman. You say that. Wait till we get Callum back in the stream in a minute. It all falls apart when Callum's in. Trippier news. Hal said he's got a good chance. He's something along those lines. He was quite promising in terms of the update he gave on Trippier and Share, so they should both be fine. Well, a lot of Wissa captain is surprisingly high number of Wissa captainers in the chat. Heather, you missed Callum, I think. Yeah, I think there's people that are joining just now and wondering who the hell Callum is. You wee knob. Any questions for Callum? He's got 10 top 10Ks, so like, take advantage while he's here. Can Callum do it in a cold, rainy night at Stoke? Hey Callum, got a question from the viewers. They said, can you do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke?
The age-old question. Could I do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke? Well, mate, I'm a bona fide FPL manager, not a bloody footballer. But if doing it means setting up a double game week team while battling dodgy broadband and lukewarm tea, then I reckon I could. Probably end up with a -4 hit, but that's Stoke for you, hey? Saying that, what is this question getting at? What are you working on for your team? Any leaks from Stoke?
Nah, no leaks at the moment. What do you mean leaks from Stoke? They're not in the Prem. You mean City leaks? Nah, no leaks at the moment. Who's your favourite FPL player of all time, Callum? And who's your least favourite?
You're right. City leaks, I meant template wanker. My favourite FPL player of all time has to be Mo Salah. The guy is just a points machine year after year. He's been in my team more often than not. Can't resist a premium asset. My least favourite, that's a tough one. But I'm going to have to say Joao Pedro. I don't know what it is, but that guy always seems to blank when I bring him in. A total jinx, the wee guy. Who are your favourites and least favourites? Any transfer plans brewing, or are you still tinkering?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Mateta to Wissa this week. I think, yeah, he called me a template wanker, didn't he? I think my favourite player of all time would probably be like Michu, Lundstrom. Who else? Oh, there's so many over the years. Mahrez, when Leicester won the league, I think is a good one.
Mateta to Vissa, eh? Not bad at all. Whistle's been flying under the radar and those fixtures look bonny. Good shout. I like that transfer. What does your team look like? I always find it useful to know what the rest of the team looks like, just so I can give a bit more tailored advice. Michu and Lundstrom, you say? You've got a soft spot for the one season wonders, eh? Still, those were the days.
Oh yeah, Leighton
and
Baines is a good shout. Sorry, I cut you off, Callum. Leighton Baines is a good shout. Payet. Are there any other ones? Let us know in chat. Oh, Risa. That's going back a bit. Hazard. Yeah, Hazard's a good shout. Absolute FPL cult hero, him. Not long till leaks. Yeah, I'll probably get the leaks in like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Aguero.
Leighton Baines, Payet and Hazard, those are some culture picks there. Some proper FPL legends you mentioned, I remember. Hazard was different gravy. Oh aye, time flies, doesn't it? 15 to 20 minutes for the leaks, eh? That's when the fun really begins. Is there anyone you're hoping to see on the team sheet or anyone you're dreading seeing on the bench? And have you settled on who you are captaining this week? I have a sneaky feeling I know who you'll go for.
Well, a lot of people are hoping that KDB starts. Like, if he's starting, then he's a great option to bring in. And I'm not going to get him, so I'm quite scared about his ownership. Marmoush is the one that I've got, and Vardy. So, yeah, I'm hoping they both start. I'll shout you in a bit, Callum. Cheers, mate. What a guy. Right, let me catch up with chat. Where did I get to? Was it... Yash said, I've got Marmoush, Isak and Cunha. Do I remove one for Wissa? I wouldn't remove any of those for Wissa, I don't think. Except Marmoush, like if there's a leak he doesn't start, obviously him, but I don't think I'd remove any of those this week. Lil BB says, you got stuck with Ortega from Bench Boost 33, Rise your other keeper. You've got 3 City. Is it worth it to transfer Selzen so you can have Pep as coach? You also have Mateta play him. I think it probably is, actually, strangely, yeah. If you're about to play your assistant manager, I would say that's worth it. Normally, I wouldn't advocate a keeper transfer, but I think Pep's easily the best manager for the final 3. Focal intelligence. I don't know why everyone's calling him AI. No, he's not AI, Mikey. Bin the AI off. All right. Well, if we don't like him, we don't have to invite Callum back. He's just here to help, all right? Poor guy. Lil BB says, you got stuck with Ortega from Bench Boost 33. Raya's your other keeper. And you have... Sorry, I did that one already. Kay said, start 2 of Burn, Mikalenko, Chalobah and Kirkes. Probably Kirkes, Mikalenko and Burn. Bench... Oh, start 2. Kirkes. Probably Kirkes and Mikalenko. It's one of those weeks. They probably all concede. Callum's artificial, just not intelligence. His voice is too flat and monotonous. Oh, I like mine, to be fair. I get that in my comments a lot. Oscar, you're my favourite template wanker. All right, where do we get to? Steve says, any leaks from Stoke? Does he mean Arsenal Stoke 2.0? Haaland starts. Oh, my God. Haaland starts. What did the rest of that say? That's it. That's all they're sharing. What about Marmoush and the rest? Who's buying Haaland? Who's on a free hit? I'll just tweet it as well. So Haaland starts. That's the first bit of news for you. Is anyone buying him based on that? I'll put a poll up in a second. God. The only way I can get to him is selling Salah from -4, and it's just not worth it. Right, who's buying Haaland? I mean, if you're on a free hit, that is incredible news. Let me go back to chat now. Sorry, I was making the graphic to post there. That was from Lazy FPL. Triple captain Haaland, KDB captain. You're going to have to get Haaland in now. Oh, mate, that is opportunity this season, isn't it? Like, if you're sitting on... If you can get to him, like, a couple transfers... I'm not buying him, though. And he's probably going to smash it, but I'm not buying him. So there's the first leak. Probably more to come. That was from Lazy FPL. Uriel says, should I risk my triple captain? I have Haaland. Oh, you know what? I mean, if you've got your triple captain and you've got Haaland, it feels like a golden opportunity because most people aren't getting to Haaland this week. Despite us knowing that he's going to play, most people aren't going to have him because it's just we've got too much money spread around now. Like, if my funds are too diluted, the only possible way to get to him is selling Salah, and I'm not doing that. Lazy FPL actually post their history, their track record as well. They've got a very good record. They shared leaks last week and it was right. They've got, yeah. I think they've only been wrong once and it was like a last minute change or something happened. Like Grealish was sick. Can't remember exactly what it was. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Sorry for all the messages I'm missing there. We'll keep an eye on the leaks and team news. There'll be more near the deadline, I'm sure. For me, the ones I'm wondering about is Marmoush and Vardio. Like, if Marmoush doesn't start, I'm probably still going to sell Mateta and I'll just bench Marmoush for Rodgers. That'll be my plan. But if Vardio doesn't start, oh my god, my defence will be in absolute pieces this week. Ariel said, sorry, I did your one. Luke said, minus 16 to Haaland. Cheers to the Scottish chat GPT as well. All the group chats I'm in are sharing your post like crazy. Are they, Delia? What, FPL Meets? I'll have to have a look after the stream ends. Shout out to FPL Meets. Yeah, so Haaland's starting. That's the first bit of team news. We'll keep an eye on it for more. There's going to be more near the deadline. We've got, what, 20 mins? But no, don't take a minus 16, Luke. He might get you 16 points if you're very lucky, but then you just ended up on net 0 points. Right, yeah, I'll keep checking. So, which players are you guys hoping to know about? KDB's the big one, right? Clean sheet odds. Yeah, we've actually not looked at them the whole stream. Let's look at those for a second and pause. Rob T posted updated odds like just before we went live, so these are the most up-to-date odds you'll get near the deadline now. Forest 46%, Man City 44%, Fulham 38%, Brentford 32%. City have got the best projected goals, so not surprising against Southampton, but I really hope Marmoush starts. I mean, if KDB starts and Marmoush doesn't, that's really, really bad for me because I'll have literally no City attackers. You're looking for KDB and Vardio news. Yeah, Vardio's going to be the big one, isn't he? But my defence is so bad. Like, if he doesn't start, it's just going to be even worse. I'll have to play Saliba away at Liverpool. Just seen FPL fellas tag me in the group chat. Oscar is a ledge. Thanks, Dan. Colorblind engineer. Oh no, sorry, I missed a message there. That was from JH. Who to bench? You've got 2.3 million in the bank. Roll or transfer. Areola, Raya, Vardiel, Burn, Munoz, Saliba, Concert, Rogers, Salah and Bumo, Saar, Murphy, Marmoush, Isak and Mateta. So, okay. So Mateta to Wissa is an option. Let's just look at your midfield. Murphy, I wouldn't want to start. Saran, Bumo, Salah, Rogers. Yeah, I would look at Mateta to Wissa if I was you. Bench Murphy. Is there a move I'm overlooking here? Like selling Murphy for someone? I'd start Raya, Vardiol, Munoz and Byrne. Is there a player I'm missing? No, I think that makes sense. You've got Mbumo. Yeah, I would do Mateta to Wissa if I was you and bench Murphy. Bench Areola and bench Saliba. Oh, sorry, I'd start Konsa over Byrne. So Vardiol, Munoz, Konsa. KDB starts. Marmoush doesn't. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Let me update it. Benched Marmoush. Oh, mate, it's not looking good this week. Alright, let me post that as well then. There we go, so let me put that up on screen as well. There's the other one. De Bruyne starts, Marmoush doesn't from Lazy FPL. Alright, let me go back to chat. How does that change everyone's plans? What are you all doing based on that information? I need to drop Marmoush to my bench and I feel like I'll still stick to the plan. So I'll start Rogers now. Oh god, this game week's going to be so bad. I haven't got any City attackers. Tell me Vardiol starts. God, does Vardiol start? It could even get worse from here. Just updating the title of the stream. Oh god, tell me Vardiol starts though. Marmoush doesn't start. That's from Lazy FPL and they have got a really good track record as well. My team is in the mud this week. Let me flick back over. I need to sort Rogers out, so there we go. Oh god, where do I put Marmoush? Second on bench? I'll keep checking for more. We've got about 15 minutes till deadline. I need to catch up with chat as well. Colourblind Engineer, Saka to Sharda, Mateta to Wissa, Isak, Haaland, -4. God, yeah, for a -4, that's not bad. Do you have to make the Mateta move? Or can you do the other two? Yeah, I think I would do that. That seems solid. It's a bit risky, like Haaland's not guaranteed to start the final three despite that, but I mean those are three nice moves. And I guess you've got Salah and you're keeping him. Mr. F says, hey Focal, joined late today in a go big mood. I was going to do Wood and De Bruyne for Isak, Marmoush and Murphy from -4 waiting for leaks. There's the leaks, Mr. F. In your bottom left corner. So Haaland and De Bruyne start. Marmoush doesn't. Max says, Salah and Marmoush to Haaland and De Bruyne -4. Oh... Yeah, I don't hate it. I'm not going to do that myself. I could do that right now. How many minutes does Haaland get? Let's do a poll on that as well. Let's gauge Haaland's minutes. We'll end that one on the captain poll. Um, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 80 to 90. Wait, that doesn't make sense. 70 to 80, 80 to 90. Let's see what everyone's prediction on his minutes are looking like. Oh, I just don't know if I can bring myself to sell Salah for here. I think I don't do that. I'm just going to stick to the plan and sell Mateta to Wissa. But it's not, yeah, it's not looking good. One of those, like, wouldn't surprise me if Haaland just bags a hat-trick right now, but I don't like taking a hit to sell Salah. For everyone that's asking about that, I personally wouldn't do it, but I don't hate it. Like this week, Salah's got an awful fixture, but I think it's closer for the final two. Like, Haaland's not guaranteed. He probably does start all three now, but it's not guaranteed. Like, I reckon he gets about an hour today for a bit of rhythm before the FA Cup final. Start him in the FA Cup final. And then Wolves, maybe a bit of a question mark, because that's like 3 days after the Wolves game. Sorry, yeah, Bournemouth game. Bournemouth game is a few days after the FA Cup final. So it goes FA Cup final next weekend, and then I think it's Tuesday they play Bournemouth, and then it's Gameweek 38. Turbo Char says, would you sell Marmoush, not Mateta to Wissa? No, I think I'm going to stick with Mateta out. Same problem. There's the Wolves game a few days after the FA Cup final, and then there's Liverpool. So, should I? Should have thought about this before I went live. Gameweek 37. I don't know what to do with my team now. I could sell Marmoush instead, couldn't I? Is that better? I've got 10 minutes to decide. So I could sell Marmoush for Wissa instead. Is that better though? So with this plan, in Gameweek 37, I would play Marmoush, that's the thing, and hope that he starts. But then I'm potentially benching Isak. What do you guys think I should do? I should sell Marmoush. No, I'm going to buy Wissa regardless, but it's whether I sell Marmoush or sell Mateta. Alright, we're going to have to pause Super Chats because I'm so behind. I'm really sorry. I need to work out what to do with my team. Triple captain in Mbumo De Bruyne. And Mbumo. He did Wissa for Mateta. Marmoush to Wood. Marmoush to Wood for a second free transfer. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Haaland, KDB to Marmoush and Saka -4. Salah -4. Yeah, I mean, it's not awful for -4. I'm not doing that myself. It's just for me whether I should sell Mateta or Marmoush now. I mean, we still don't know if Vardy starts either. God, this is chaotic now. I think I sell Marmoush instead for Wissa. And then I bench Rodgers. I think that makes more sense, doesn't it? And then I go triple Palace attack. Yeah, I think that makes more sense now. Sorry, I'm missing so many messages. I should have figured this out before I go live, and I normally do, but I suddenly got caught off guard by that. There's nothing wrong with Rodgers, really, but it's just Mateta playing Spurs is slightly better in theory. So I do that. I sell Marmoush for Wissa. And then I bench Rodgers first on bench, and that gives me a better bench as well. It basically means I'd have to play Isak away at Arsenal, Gameweek 37, but maybe that's not a bad thing. It's not great. I was going to start Marmoush home to Bournemouth, but I might just roll with that instead. I'll lock the transfer in a minute. Let me just check there's no messages I've missed, because I hate missing messages. Yeah, I mean, the Salah and Marmoush to Haaland De Bruyne thing, I think that's nice -4, especially if you're chasing. If you're chasing, yeah, I'd do it. I could do it myself, but I'm not going to. Anything on Savio? Nothing on Savio as far as I've seen. I'd guess he probably doesn't start. That'd be my prediction. Yeah, I think Marmoush to Wissa. Okay, let me just wait a minute, just in case there's any other leaks. I suppose other stuff like Vardy could affect it. I think he probably starts, but I'm going to do... Yeah, I've decided I'm going to do Marmoush to Wissa. I'm settled on that. That makes sense. Ask Callum for help. Not the right time, is it? So yeah, if anyone's just joined and wondering what the hell is going on, we've had a few leaks. Lazy FPL said Haaland and De Bruyne start, Marmoush benched. You reckon Doku starts? Yeah, I think you might be right. -8 for Salah to KDB. Nah, not for a -8. Like, does he outscore him? And does KDB outscore Salah by 8 in the final 3 game weeks? I'm not so sure. What did I just get DM'd? From FPL, Tony, Diaz, Lewis, Vardy, KDB and Haaland all start. Savio, Foden, Marmoush and Doku don't start. Oh, is that from his Patreon? I might have just leaked that. I might have just leaked a leak. So Vardy does. And Ruben Diaz does. Right, let me lock that in. Marmoush to Wissa. Oh my god, girlfriend's ringing me now as well. Not the time. Let's make that transfer first of all. Oh, has it gone down? Hello? Oh my god, it crashed in for a second. Right, there we go. So I'm going to have to roll with that. Oh my god, I've got no City attackers. This is not great. Let me post my team. Triple Palace attack. That was not the original plan, but there we go. Game week 36. Marmoush to Wissa. And Bumo captain Salavice. Gonna have to hope Palace batter Spurs. So I'm going to stay on the triple Palace attack for one more week. Cyber Rodgers is wild. Doku starts? Is that another leak? Nothing else I've seen. Right, sorry for all the missed messages. What transfers has everyone made based on the leaks? If anyone's just tuned in last minute, Lazy FPL said Haaland starts, De Bruyne starts, Marmoush doesn't. Captain poll. Oh yeah, so there's the poll on Haaland's minutes. Marmoush to Wood for a hit. Depends who you start instead of him, Mike. Like, if you have no one good on your bench to play instead, then yeah, I would take the hit. But like, if you've got someone that's not too bad, you know, like Rodgers or whatever, then I wouldn't take the hit. It's hard to say about knowing what your alternative option is. Oakley says she took a -8, which includes taking out Isak. Is it worth taking a -12 to bring Isak back in for Marmoush? For context, you've got the bench boost active. Nah, I wouldn't take a -4 to get Isak back in home to Chelsea. Oh, you've got the bench boost active. Oh, you're going to have to. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to. That's unfortunate. Yeah, you'll have to. Because you're going to want Isak anyway for the run-in now. So, yeah, I would do that. Unless you... I mean, someone like Wood is probably likely to repay the hit if you haven't got him. If you haven't got Wood, yeah. But otherwise, yeah, you're going to have to, Oakley. It has to be done. Because Marmoush might not play at all. So you don't want to bench boost a 0-pointer. Trust me, I've been there with Wan-Bissaka. Jonas says, Marmoush to Wood / Wisher and Sarr to KDB for a -4. Yeah, I like that. Sorry, shouting. Yeah, I like that. Wisher, KDB. Yeah, I think that's decent. Now that we know he starts and Marmoush doesn't, I like that. I wouldn't take a -8 Salah to KDB. Alright, just refreshing to check. Yeah, so my team is saved Marmoush to Wissa. EO said Bowen and Marmoush to KDB and Cunha -4. Oh, I don't like selling Bowen for a hit, personally. Can you not just do Marmoush to Cunha or Marmoush to Wissa for free, rather than selling Bowen for a hit? I don't hate it. Like, and your name is EO. I don't know if you're like really high rank and you want to just protect yourself against the EO, because KDB is going to be high EO, I think, now, which is a bit scary. But yeah, I'd rather just do Marmoush out single transfer. I mean, I had the same option. I could have done something similar to you. I could have sold like Eze for De Bruyne, but I didn't. Struggling with this game. Oh my god, no more super chats. We've got 3 minutes. I don't want to miss any more. Start Murphy or the benched Marmoush. Have to be Murphy and just hope that he starts. Yeah, Murphy. Omzi says, free hit defence, Sessegnon, 8 Nori and Vardiol. Yeah, I think the scout selection had the same back three. But I would have Vardiol, 8 Nori and a Forest defender if I was picking it. But I don't know how your team's shaped up. Like, if you've got Wood, Elanga, Selves or something, then fair enough. Joe, thanks for the 22 months. Hear me out. Vardiol, captain. I'm not hearing you out, Joe. But if you do it and he scores, fair play. I just think there's better, higher upside picks this week. Ted, thanks for the 33 months. Bench 1, Rodgers, Gordon or Sarr? God, I think it'd have to be probably Gordon, just in case he doesn't start. Yeah, Gordon. All right, 2 minutes till deadline. Get your last minute questions in. Robinson or 8 Nori? I like 8 Nori more. Marlon Shashada. What transfers did you guys make them? Let us know in chat. What transfers have you made? Well, we heard that Vardiol starts as well. And I think that's it in terms of City players. No other leaks. But yeah, there's some big news there. Bench 1, Rodgers. Yeah, I think I did that one. Gordon. Who's that? VR Day or Rodgers or Burn? Who's VR Day? Vardy. Vardy or Rodgers or Burn? Got to be Vardy, hasn't it? He's one off goal number 200. I forgot who Leicester... They got Forest though, don't they, away? I think Rodgers, honestly. I'd say Rodgers out of those three. I forgot to ask once the entire stream. If you did enjoy the stream, do hit like on it. Hit subscribe if you have enjoyed it. I do these streams every game week, so if you've enjoyed it, if it's been helpful or benefit you, then do support me. It's free by liking and subscribing. I appreciate you all being here. Adam in the chat. Adam's the guy who tuned into my first ever deadline stream when it was just me solo. And it was just me and Adam chatting for hours. I had one viewer for 3 straight hours, and now there's like 5,000 that this stream peaked at. Maybe more than that. But it's 1:30 now, so this is where everyone dips. So if that's you, thank you everyone for tuning into this deadline stream. It's been a chaotic one, hasn't it? Absolutely chaotic. Did I save my team? Yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone. The game is updating. That is it. That's the deadline. So good luck this game week. I hope you'll smash it. Musipi says, God, that was stressful. That was. What did Callum do about Marmoush? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell Callum. Callum, I totally forgot to tell you. Marmoush starts. Sorry, Marmoush is benched. KDB starts. Have you got either in your team?
You're talking about that wee Marmoush on the bench, eh? And De Bruyne starting. Interesting news indeed. Aye, I got De Bruyne in my team, hoping he bangs in a few since it could be his farewell tour and all that. As for Marmish, nae bother, don't have him. What about you, pal? You got KDB or Marmish? And more importantly, who's getting the armband this week? Eh? Any leaks from your end, or are we flying blind into this deadline?
No, that's it, yeah. Haaland starts as well. Let me just go back to the chat now. I'll talk to you in a bit, Callum. What a guy. Seems like some of you like him, some don't. So I don't know whether to bring Callum back in future streams or not. Callum, yes or no in chat to being on future streams? Not the entire stream, but like to call him. Should we invite him back or not? Some people seem to be very vocal that they didn't like it. Oh, you like him? Callum's a good thing. I mean, we can just call on him once in a while. He keeps calling me template wanker. Callum's cool. He's alright. Who's Callum? That was Callum just then that I rang. He's just on standby on these deadline streams. He's got 10 top 10Ks. You love Scottish. He's not AI. What do you mean? He's better than Harry. I know he's got 10 top 10Ks. Absolutely elite manager. Good for taking the piss out of you. He takes the piss out of me a lot. What a guy. Right. Any last minute questions before I go? I don't suppose there's anything left to ask now. I think everything has been asked. You missed the deadline. No, Lewis. Oh, you've had a mare. No, he's got 10 top 10Ks. So if anyone's just joined on Mr. Deadline, I sold Marmish to Wissa and Bumo capped him. My defence is absolute shambles this week. And yeah, the leak was Haaland and De Bruyne start, Marmish doesn't. So I think we're going to leave it there. It's been a good 2 or so hour stream. Thank you everyone. Oh yeah, do you want to do predictions? Should we do predictions? I always forget about those. All the YouTubers going about KDB. Yeah, I wish I had KDB. We can do the predictions quick. Let me sort this out here. Fulham versus Everton. Where are we going? There. Let me take slow mode off. You can spam your guesses in the chat. We'll rattle through predictions and then we'll call it a day on this deadline stream. So let's see what we're all saying for predictions. Fulham versus Everton. Slow mode is off. Away you go. One 0, 2-1, a 0-0. It won't surprise me actually. 1-0. Yeah, low scoring game. I think I agree with that. 1-0. Ipswich versus Brentford. That is one of the 3 o'clock games today. That's a huge game. Who's got Mbumo and Wissa doubled up for that one? Who's on Mbumo captain? Massive game, that one. What are we saying? Ipswich versus Brentford. Oh. That's good timing. My little spotlight has just started to die. I think it's overheating. Yeah, it has. 3-1. A lot of 3-1s and 4-1s. I mean, that'd be amazing as long as Wissa and Mbumo involved. Southampton versus Man City. God, this is going to be awful to watch as someone that's just got Vardio. I'm dreading that one. 4-0 City. Oh, mate. 3-0 to the Saints. I love the optimism from United. I just can't see Saints winning this one 3-0, keeping a clean sheet. What are we saying? 4-1? 7-1? Oh, mate, don't. 3-0? 4... God. I'm not looking forward to that game at all. Wolves versus Brighton. Wolves v Brighton. What do we think of that one? Quite a few Cunha owners, right? 2-2. 3-2 Cunha hat-trick. I mean, that'd be killer as well. Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. What are we saying? Bournemouth versus Villa. Nightmare that City game. It's honestly, it's going to be. I'm dreading it. It's hard to imagine a world where De Bruyne and Haaland don't come away with something. It will need such unbelievable luck that it's unimaginable. 2-2. I think lower 1-1. We'll see. Newcastle versus Chelsea. Newcastle versus Chelsea. What are we saying? Just a few left to do. 2-1 Newcastle. 2-0. 2-1. A lot of people saying Newcastle win this one. No clean sheet. There's not been any clean sheets predicted for me here besides Man City, I think. Man United versus West Ham. Man United v West Ham. Good luck to the Bowen owners. Good luck to the fellow Wan-Bissaka owners as well. 3-1. 0-0. 1-0. Slow mode's off so you can spam your guesses. 0-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Nottingham Forest versus Leicester City. What are we saying? Forest versus Leicester. A lot of people bought Wood, right? Good luck if that's you, or if you've got Forest defence in that one. That's another thing that scares me, actually. The Forest defence effective ownership this week as someone on none. I need the FPL gods to bless me this week, because I'm missing a couple of high EO picks. 2-0, 3-0. Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. What do we reckon? 4-0 Palace. Mate, if it's 4-0, I'll lose it. I'll be so happy with that. Surely Spurs score 1 home. I think it's going to be closer than that. 4-2 would be epic. 2-2. Last one, Liverpool versus Arsenal. Can Arsenal win? Are Liverpool on the beach? Ask Callum, he's always right. 3-1. 2-1 to Arsenal. 1-0. Alright, there we go. And that is it. That is the deadline. Thank you everyone for tuning in to another deadline stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you benefit from the team news and so on. Good luck this game week. Good luck this game week, everyone. Focal out.